Hi everybody. So today I'm going to show you to make this little cow. This is what it looks like. Pick the color bands that you would like to use. These are different options. I will be making mine exactly like this one. So I'll be using about 500 white bands for the body, about 50 bands black color for the spots. I will be using about 135 light color pink for the face, the tip, and the horns. I'll also be using two 4mm black pony beads for the eyes. If you don't have the pony beads, grab two bands, any color that you'd like to use for the eyes. I'll also be using two darker shade pink bands for the nose, about 9 brown bands for the collar, and about 6 bands yellow color for the bell here. That's optional. I will be using my hook to crochet it today. I'll also be using one stitch marker, and I'll be using some stuffing to fill it. We're also going to use our loom, just the bottom part, to start us off on the magic circle. And that's it. I'm going to get started. Round one of the legs, I'm going to show you to do one, and then you're going to pause the video and make 3 more. Pick the 2 colors that you would like to use. I'm going to start off with the black for the bottom and then switch to the white color. So for the first step, we're going to do 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So you're going to need 7 bands. I'm going to use my loom, so turn your loom upside down, and we're going to use the bottom peg. You're going to take one band and wrap it around one of the pegs 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Grab your hook and reach in, and you're going to bring one band through as if you're doing a slip knot. Grab the other end, and you're going to bring this band over and bring it to the side. Go back in for your second band, bring it through on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go back in for your next band, bring it through on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go back in for your 4th band, bring it through on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over and bring it to the side. Go back in for your 5th band, bring it through on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over, and again bring it to the side. Go back in for your 6th band on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over, and this is where you need a stitch marker. You want to attach it to the band that's around your hook. Remove off the loom. You should have 6 stitches, so we're just going to move our bands around so that they're nice and even. Nice circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is on your hook. Round 2 of the legs, I'm changing color to white now. The pattern is going to be 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. So you're just adding the bands. They're going to look like this. So each of these sections represent a chain that I have going around our magic ring. I am changing color, so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch, which is exactly like doing a slip knot. You're going to go in your first chain, and you're going to add 1 rubber band, so you're going to pull it through. But to start off a new color, you want to bring it through all of the bands that are around your hook. Grab the other end, and there you go. You have a little slip knot. So that's what a slip stitch is. Going in your second chain, you're going to add 2 rubber bands, one at a time. So we're making this round bigger, and at the end of this round you should have 8 stitches. Go back in that same chain with that second rubber band. Your next chain, you're going to be adding 2 again, one at a time. Go back in. And then you have 3 chains left. You're going to be adding 1 band in each of those. Where your stitch marker is just 1 band. So now you should have 8 stitches. Don't count where your stitch marker is, and because I changed color, you're going to see this little slip knot. You're not going to count that, you're going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. For rounds 3 and 4 of the legs, the last rounds, what you're going to do is just single crochet in each chain around. So you're just adding one band in each chain. 1, 1, 1, 1. At the end of each round, you should have 8 stitches. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed, and then we're going to add some stuffing. So I'm going to go in my first chain and bring through one rubber band through our chain, on my hook, and slide. My next chain with 1. My next with 1. All the way around. Oh, I keep losing it. Sorry. On my hook and slide. Should have 8 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. And you want to do round 4 now, just putting one band in each chain. With our last band, we're going to do a slip knot. So bring it through all of the bands that are on your hook, grab the end, and tie off. I'm going to remove my stitch marker. You're going to grab some stuffing. Not too much, you don't want it coming through. If you do see that you have some big openings, that's just the tension of the bands. Just grab the little band, the little knots, and give it a tug. And that should release some of the tension. If you're still seeing too much stuffing coming through, then just remove some of the stuffing. It means that you don't need as much. Now we're going to be doing the tail. And all of this is I'm going to be taking a single band and doubling it right in here. So this is going to be my pattern. Pick the colors that you would like to use. I will be taking my first band, wrapping it around my hook 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now this part, you can add 2 bands or 3 bands. I will be adding 3 bands. Here I only have 2. So it looks just fine, but I just feel like adding 3 bands today, just to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to grab the 3 bands, attach to the hook, and I want to slide this band on. Now with my next band, single band, I'm going to double it, attach, and slide. Grab the other end. Now for the next 7 bands, I will be doubling them, and the last band I won't be. So double, so 3. This is my 4th white. Fifth. Sixth. And 7. Now for the last band, I'm not going to double it, I'm just going to bring it through. Fix the tail in the center. This is what you should have. I'm just going to remove this off my hook and put to the side. Round 1 of the head, I'll be using the light color pink, and we're going to do 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So turn your loom upside down. You're going to take a single band and wrap it around the bottom peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now with your hook, reach in, grab your first band and bring it through. On your hook, and bring this band over. Bring it to the side, go back in for your second band and bring it through. On your hook, and bring these 2 bands over, bring it to the side. Go back in for your third band, bring it through. On your hook, and bring these 2 bands over, bring it to the side. Go back in for your fourth band, bring it through. On your hook, and bring these 2 bands over. Bring it to the side. Go back in for your fifth, bring it through, on your hook, 2 bands over, and attach your stitch marker to the band around your hook. Remove, move your bands around so that they're nice and even, and you should have 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. Round 2 of the head, I'm still using the pink color, and what we're going to do is increase on every chain around. So you're just adding 2 bands, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way around. You're going to repeat this 5 times, and at the end of round 2 you're going to have 10 stitches. So I'm going to go in my first chain, and I'm going to bring a band through my chain on my hook and slide. Going back in that same chain with my second rubber band on my hook and slide. My next chain with 2 bands, 1 at a time. Go back in, and my next chain with 2. You're going to repeat this all the way around. And my last chain with 2. You should have 10 stitches. Don't count where your stitch marker is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is on your hook. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band. For round 3 of the head, still continuing with my light color pink, the pattern is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of round 3, you will have 15 stitches. So I'm going to go in my first chain with 1 on my hook and slide. My second chain with 2 bands, 1 at a time. Back in, and repeat. 1 in the next chain, and then 2 in the next. Back in, 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next. Continue this pattern all the way around. If at any point in time during this video I'm going too fast for you, just pause the video and come back to me when you're done. You should have 15 stitches now. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. Round 4 of the head, still continuing with the light color pink. The pattern is going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 4 you have 20 stitches. Where your stitch marker is, you'll be adding 2 rubber bands. So going in your first chain with 1, your second chain with 1, and your third chain with 2 bands, one at a time. Back in and repeat. 1, next chain with 1, and your third chain with 2. Back in and repeat the same pattern all the way around. Two in the next. That's a white band. Back in. And repeat one more time. You should have 20 stitches now. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. For round 5 of the head, still continuing with the light color pink, I will be just single crocheting in each chain around. So we're just going to add 1 band in each chain, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. At the end of round 5, you're going to have 20 stitches. The only thing different that I'm going to do is add the little nose here on chains 8 and chains 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 13. So I'll show you how to add them when we get there. So going in your first chain with 1, chain 2 with 1, chain 3 with 1, chain 4, 1, chain 5, 1, chain 6, 1, chain 7 with 1. Now chain 8, go through. You're going to pick a different color for the nose, and you're going to wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have 4 loops. Grab the band, attach, pinch your band and slide it on, bring it through, grab the other end, and slide. So now going on to chain 9 with 1 band, chain 10, 1, chain 11, chain 12, and now chain 13, go through, take your band, wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grab your band, attach, and you want to slide it on, bring it through, on your hook, and slide. And now just continue going around with 1 band all the way. You should have 20 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. For rounds 6 and 7 of the head, still continuing with the pink color, All I'm going to do is add a single band in each chain around. So 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. Each pile here has 20 bands. I'm going to do round 6 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to do round 7. I'm going to go in my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, adding 1 rubber band. At the end of each round, you should have 20 stitches. I don't like that band. So you should have 20 stitches going around. You can remove your stitch marker, pause the video now, and do round 7 and come back to me when you're done. For round 8 of for the head, I'll be switching color to the white color now. The pattern is going to be 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. So we're making this round smaller. So again, it's 1, 1, 3, and 4 together. At the end of round 8, you'll have 15 stitches. The first thing I'm going to do before I start is to fix the nose. So I'm just going to turn it inside out. You can push your band up on your hook, and you're going to see a little V. Just bring the nose through on that side, and now on the other side. Go around, and you can just fix it up. And that's okay. So now starting my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, with my white band now, the body color. Because I'm switching color, I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I'm going to bring it through all of the bands that are on my hook, grab the other end, and tie off. My second stitch with 1. Now take 3, stitch 3, bring your hook into the center, and go through stitch 4. Grab your band and bring it through. With my finger, I move the head to the center of that band to relieve some tension, and slide. And repeat. 1, 1 in the next, then take stitch 3 and stitch 4 and stitch together. Repeat. 1, 1 in the next, and then 3 and 4 together. And you're going to do it again. The last 2. So you should have 15 stitches around. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. For rounds 9 of the face, we're going to be adding the eyes now. So the pattern is just going to be one band in each chain around. So 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. At the end of round 9, you're going to have 15 stitches, so I'm using 15 rubber bands. I'm going to be adding the eyes on chains 5 and chains 8. So pick what you'd like to be using, your pony beads or your bands for the eye. Move your band up on the middle of your hook, and I'm going to show you how to do the eyes with the rubber bands. So you're going to take a single band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you have 4 loops. Grab one of the bands of your body color and slide it through, and then you can just remove off your hook. And that will be one of your eyes. Again, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're going to grab your band and slide on. And that will be on chain 8. Because I'm using the pony beads, I'm going to squeeze the band and push it through. And so this is what our pattern is going to look like. So we're going to go on our first chain, not where it's getting pulled, not your little slip knot, in your first chain with 1 rubber band. Bring it through, chain 2 with 1, chain 3 with 1, chain 4 with 1, chain 5, you're going to add one of the eyes. Try to get your finger in the band, bring it through, grab the end, and slide. Chain 6, 1. Chain 7, chain 8, the other eye. And then continue going around with 1 band in each chain. You should have 15 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook, and you can move your bands around. For rounds 10 to rounds 13 of the face, we're just going to add 1 band to each chain around. So 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way around. Each pile has 15 bands, so at the end of each of these rounds you should have 15 stitches. I'm going to do round 10 with you, and then you're going to pause the video to do rounds 11, 12, and 13. So going in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, with 1 band. Next chain with 1, all the way around. When you get beside the pony bead, make sure that you're going through that tiny little stitch there, because it's getting pulled from the bead. Oops. So you can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook, pause the video, and come back to me when you're done. Round 14 of the head, we're going to make this round smaller. So at the end of this round, you should have 10 stitches. The pattern is going to be 1, 2, and 3 together, 1, 2, and 3 together, all the way around. Repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of this round, we're going to add some stuffing. So I'm going to go in the first chain with 1 band. Now grab chain 2 and chain 3 and stitch together. Repeat 1, 2, and 3 and stitch together. Repeat this 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3 together. And continue around. Remove your stitch marker, attach it to the band around your hook. You want to stuff it now, so just move your band up on your hook. You don't want to use a lot of stuffing. I'm thinking this is a little bit too much, but I'm going to try. Yeah, you're going to see lots coming out between the bands, so I'm just going to remove some. Compare in size. This one looks bigger, so I'm just going to remove some more. It's pretty loose with the stuffing in there, like I don't have that much in there, and that should be okay. Round 15, all we're going to do is close this off now. So I'm going to grab 1 and 2 and stitch together, 1 and 2 and stitch together. Repeat this pattern 5 times. With your last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed. So going in your first chain, you want to grab chains 1 and chains 2 and stitch together. Repeat 1 and 2, stitch together. Again. One, and the last one. You want to bring your band through all of the loops that are on your hook. Grab the end and do a slip knot. Remove your stitch marker, and the head is done. I'm going to do the horns now, and I'm going to do both with you. So I'll be using the light color pink, so pick the colors that you would like to use. We're not going to end up stuffing them. So I'm going to start off with my loom. So I'm going to use the bottom part of my loom, and I'm going to do 5 stitches in the magic circle. I'm sorry. Take a single band, we're going to use the bottom part, and wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. With your hook, just reach in, and you're going to bring the band through, and we're just doing our magic ring. Go back in for your second band. On your hook, bring the 2 bands over and bring to the side. Go back in, grab your band and bring the 2 bands over, go back in, on your hook, 2 bands over, bring it to the side, go back in, on your hook and bring these 2 bands over. I'm going to attach my stitch marker to the band that's around my hook, remove, and you should have 5 stitches. Move your bands around, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now for rounds 2, you're going to use 6 rubber bands, and at the end of this round you'll have 6 stitches. So we have to increase in 1 stitch. So I'm going to add 2 rubber bands in the first chain. So then the rest is just going to be single bands. So going in my first chain with 2 rubber bands, 1 at a time. Bring it through on your hook and slide. Go back in that same chain to grab your second rubber band. Now you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're adding 1 rubber band. In my last chain, we're going to do a slip knot. So grab the band, bring it through all of the bands that are on your hook, grab the end, and slide. Remove your stitch marker. Now you're going to turn this inside out. This is what it should be like. Now you're going to grab 2 bands, and we're just going to attach sewing bands. So you'll see where I have my slip knot. I'm going to go through the 2 middle chains. And I'm going to bring 1 band through and do a slip knot. Now right at the side, I'm going to go through the 4 chains, the 2 chains right at the side. So this is actually the side. I'm going to bring a band through and do a slip knot. So this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to do another one with you. So we're going to do our magic ring again. We're going to do 5 stitches. So grab your loom, use the bottom part, single band, and wrap around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Go in, grab your first band and bring it through. On your hook, bring your band over and bring it to the side. Go back in, your second band, bring it through, bring these 2 bands over, bring it to the side. Go back in, on your hook, bring the 2 bands over, bring it to the side. Your 5th band, bring it through. Your 5th. On your hook, attach your stitch marker. And now we're going to use 6 rubber bands again. So this is our pattern. You should have 5 stitches right now. We're going to increase it to 6. So going in your first chain, you want to add 2 rubber bands, 1 at a time. 1, go back in, 2. Now your next chains, you're just adding 1 band. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot. Bring it through all of the loops, grab the end, and tie off. I'm going to remove my stitch marker and turn it inside out. I'm going to use 2 bands. I'm going to go through the chain in the center on one side and out the other. Grab a band and bring it through and do a slip knot. Now on the side, we're going through the 2 chains. and do a slip knot. Round one of the ears. I'm going to do both with you. I'm going to do this one first, so I'm just going to use a solid white color for the body. Grab your loom, use the bottom part of your loom, and we're going to do 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So just grab one band and wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now you just want to bring the 5 bands through. Reach in, grab one, and bring it through. On your hook, bring it over, bring it to the side. Your second, on your hook, bring your 2 bands over and bring it to the side. Go back in, bring your 2 bands over, your 4th band, bring it to the side, and your 5th. I'm going to use my stitch marker. And you should have 5 stitches. Move your bands around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Round 2 of the ears, we're going to do the same thing like the horns. We're going to increase in 1 stitch. So at the end of round 2, you're going to have 6 stitches. So my pattern is going to be 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Going in my first chain with 2 bands. Back in, and now just adding 1 band in each chain around. Remove your stitch marker. You should have 6 stitches. Now what we're going to do is rounds 3 and 4, we're just going to add a single rubber band in each chain. So each pile has 6 stitches, 6 bands, so you'll have 6 stitches. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot. So go in your first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and adding 1 band. Bring it through, and go all the way around. We won't be turning the ears inside out. Gonna remove your stitch marker. You don't really need it if you just counted 6 bands, and continue. Last band, slip knot. Remove your stitch marker, and again we're going to be adding 2 bands that will help us to sew. So I'll be going through the 2 middle chains again, not here, through 1 and 2. Grab your band and do a slip knot and bring it through. Again through the 2 chains on the side here, bring a band through. And now we're going to make another ear. For the other ear, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using black around, and it's just 5 single bands in our magic circle. Pick a color that you'd like to use, or if you don't want it 2 colors, just do it with the 1 basic color. So take your band and go around your peg 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're just going to bring the 5 bands through one at a time. So my first band, on my hook, and bring it over. Go back in, bring your 2 bands over, go back in, your 3rd band, your 4th, and the 5th. Attach your stitch marker. You should have 5 stitches. Just move your bands around. Round 2 of the ears, we are going to increase again. First chain will have 2 bands, then 1, 1, 1, 1. So at the end of round 2, you will have 6 stitches. Your first chain with 2. I'm changing color, so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. Go through all of the bands on your hook. Grab the end and go back in that same stitch and add your second rubber band. And now go around, just adding 1 band in each chain. Remove your stitch marker. You should have 6 chains going around. For rounds 3 and rounds 4, we're just adding 1 band in each chain around. So at the end of each round, you'll have 6 stitches. Go in your first chain, not here, and adding 1 band on your hook. The next chain with 1. Your last chain. Remove your stitch marker. I'm actually not going to use it. Going in your next chain with 1. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed. Don't keep going. Last band, bring it through all of the loops on your hook, tie it off, and now let's attach 2 sewing bands through the center chains. Grab a band and bring it through. The 2 chains on the side. And now I'm going to show you how to attach them to the head. So now I'm going to sew on the horns right at the top. What I'm going to do is right above the eye, you're going to see the row going on an angle. I'm going to count 1, 2, and 3. So this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to grab one of the horns and I'm going to sew that way. You're going to need a single band to do a slip knot when you're done. So you're going to bring one of the sewing bands through. You want to sew kind of on an angle. Don't sew straight. Grab your next stitch right beside it. Grab your band and bring it through. Right beside that. Turn it around. And you're just going to grab one of the bands that are around to do a slip knot. So I'm just going to catch one of these bands here on the horn and do a slip knot. So bring it through all of the bands that are on your hook. There's one. Now for the other one, we're going to start right beside it on this chain here, on this row. And I'm going to count 3 over. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to start here for the other one, grab the end and bring it through, go right beside that. So you can see that I'm sewing on an angle. And the last one. Turn it around and grab one of the stitches on the back of the horns. Bring a band through and do a slip knot. Now for the ears. I'm going to do this side first. and you're also going to need one single white band. I'm going to go at the stitches right below the horn here, and I'm going to sew on an angle. So like this. If you have it like this, it'll just be like that. So I'm going to kind of be on an angle. So I'm going to start 3 rows over. 1, 2, and 3. Go through the body, grab that slip knot, the next one, and then the next one, and slide. Now turn it around, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab on the back of the ear, grab one band and bring it through and do a slip knot. And now for the other side. Again, sewing on an angle, and I'm going to start right beside the ear, the horns. So I'm going to go in, grab one end, the next chain over, slide, and the last chain. And that should be okay. I think I'm going to go down 1 stitch below. And bring it through so that they kind of look the same here. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to grab a stitch on the back here of the ears and tie it off. Round 1 of the body now. We're going to do 5 single crochets in the magic ring. So grab your loom, use the bottom part, a single band, and you want to wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're just going to bring 5 bands through. So with your hook, bring 1 band through, on your hook, and bring this band over, bring it to the side. Go back in for your second, on your hook, and the 2 bands over, bring it to the side. Go back in, on your hook, and bring these 2 bands over, bring it to the side. For your 4th band, bring it through, bring the 2 bands over, bring it to the side, and your 5th. Attach your stitch marker, and you should have 5 stitches. Move your bands around. Round 2 of the body, we are going to be adding 2 rubber bands to each chain around. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. At the end of round 10, you will have 10 stitches. Where your stitch marker is, you're adding 2 rubber bands. So your first chain with 2, 1 at a time. Back in. Your next chain with 2. Back in. Your next chain with 2. And just continue all the way around. Next with 2. And your last. You will have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band that's around your hook. For round 3 of the body, what we're going to do is the pattern is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 3, you'll have 15 stitches. On your 8th chain, we'll be adding the tail. So going in your first chain with 1 band. Your second chain will have 2, one at a time. 1 and then 2. Then the next chain is 1. Next is 2. Your next, which is your 7th rubber band, is just 1. Now we're using our 8th rubber band, which will be our tail. You're just going to grab the end, try to grab the other end with your finger and bring it through. Go back in that same chain with your 9th rubber band. And now just continue the pattern all the way around. 1, 2 in the next. 1, 2 in the next. 1 and back in with 2. You should have 15 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. I'm just going to move my bands around. Round 4 of the body, the pattern is 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. So we'll be increasing on every 3rd stitch. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 4 you have 20 stitches. So going in your first chain with 1, your second chain with 1, and your 3rd chain adding 2 rubber bands. Back in, and just repeat. 1, 1, 2. And repeat. 1, 1, 2. Continue this pattern all the way around. You have 20 stitches, remove your stitch marker. For rounds 5 to rounds 11, we are just going to be adding 1 rubber band in each chain around. So each pile has 20 bands, and at the end of each round you should have 20 stitches. I'm going to do round 5 with you, and then you're going to pause the video and come back to me when you're done. So going in your first chain with 1, your next with 1, just adding 1 band in each chain till you get to the end. should have 20 stitches. Remove your stitch marker, attach it to the band around your hook, and pause the video and complete the rest of the rounds. Now I'm going to show you how to do the spots. I just went down on the loom 5 times with a single band. And I basically just went crisscross in the body. I've done an example of 2. You can put as many as you'd like. I'm going to show you how to do 1. So here's the example of what it looks like on the loom. So just take a single band and go down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to take a single band and cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now just loop up. Reach in, grab the bottom band, and go forward. You could do this without the loom. Very simple. Now take a single band and do a slip knot. So reach in at the top and bring a band through. We will be undoing this slip knot to tie it off. So just remove off the loom. You're going to pick a spot. Just keep in mind that the tail should be on the top like this. So you're going to find your spot. So this is what it looks like. This is the top. So you're going to notice that my stitch marker is to the left. If you don't have a C-clip to hold it in place, just take a band and do a slip knot. So you're going to find your spot. And basically we're just going to go like a little X with this band. So I'm going to go about here. But what you want to do is go in the same direction as your tail. So you're going to go in one spot. You're going to go in one spot and come out the next. So you just have to be straight in order for it to work. So basically you can go through with your hook through one of the holes or just use your finger and push it through and pull it through. Now I'm just going to go right on top and through the hole. So you could use your hook and just bring it through, or with your finger and just push it through. Now I'm going to bring the longer end through this hole. So you could push with your finger or just reach in and bring it through. I prefer my finger. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to go straight across to this hole. But I'm going to go through this chain here. So I'm going to bring these bands right through. See? And now I'm just going to come out, go through the hole right beside it. So it's just right across. And there's your spot. So now I'm going to undo this slip knot and tie it to the side. So first with my hook, I'm going to go through the cap band that we tied at the bottom of the loom, right, this one. I'm going to undo the slip knot because I'm going to reuse this band. I'm going to bring it through, grab the other end, and tie it off. Now I just want to hide this band, because otherwise when you start to stuff, use the stuffing, it's going to show through the body. So you can just hide it. That's good enough. So if you wanted to add more spots, please do so and just pause the video. Just make sure that you're going in the same direction as the tail. Don't go sideways. Round 12 of the body, we're going to make this round smaller. So the pattern is 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. Repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 12 you will have 15 stitches. So going in my first chain with 1, my second chain with 1. You can take chain 3 and chain 4 and stitch together. And repeat 1 in the next chain, 1 in the second chain there. Take chain 3 and 4 and stitch together. And just repeat this pattern all the way around. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook, and you should have 15 stitches. Round 13 of the body, the pattern is 1, 2, and 3 together, 1, 2, and 3 together. Repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of round 13, you should have 10 stitches. So let's go in our first chain with 1. You're going to take chain 2, 2 and 3 and stitch together. Repeat 1, chain 2 and chain 3 and stitch together. And just repeat around 1, 2, and 3 together. You should have 10 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker, attach it to your band, and we're just going to add some stuffing now. So just move this up. You're going to grab some stuffing. Again, make sure you don't overstuff. I'm just rolling it to take out the excess that's sticking out. And if you do end up seeing the black band that's showing through, you can just go in and just move it. And that should be okay. Round 14 of the body, the last round, what we're going to do is take every 1 and 2 and stitch together. So 1, 2, stitch together, 1, 2. Repeat this pattern 5 times, and at the end of this round you'll have 0 stitches because we're going to use do a slip knot with the last band. So take chains 1 and chains 2 and stitch together. Repeat 1 and 2 and stitch together. Again, 1 and 2 and stitch together. And you're going to bring your band, your last band, through all of the loops and do a slip knot. You can remove your stitch marker and the body's done. Now I'm going to sew on the legs. I'm going to do all 4 with you. For each leg you're going to need 8 rubber bands. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie little bands here so you can see exactly where I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the tail here, and you're going to see the magic circle. So the little flower design with 5 little rubber bands around. I'm going to count 5 up from the tail. So I'm going to count as a circle, the magic circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to take my first rubber band and I'm going to do a little slip knot here, and then we can remove this later when we're done. Now I'm going to count down from the top. From this slip knot here, I'm going to do about 4 sections down. So just imagination here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I want to be on the same row as this other pink band here. So I'm just going to go over. Now this is approximate. Again, it depends on how much you stuffed this, how the end result of the body is. So you just want to make sure that when you're sewing, the legs are going to be flush with the front and then flush with the back. So I'm going to go in. So I'm going to put my hook through right beside the slip knot on this chain here. And I'm going to do the top legs first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to always make sure that this band is in the middle of the legs. So I'm above and I'm below. So I'm going to start right about here, 1 over. So when I'm starting to sew this leg, I'm going to stay on the stitch right beside this pink band here. And slide. I'm going to go through the leg, the stitch on the body, so right below my leg is turning, and slide through all of the bands on your hook. Grab the band and like you're doing a slip knot. Now just let the leg fall naturally, and that's where you're going to be going. So I'm just going to go right below, so I'm starting to turn. I'm going to grab the loops on the body and bring a band through all of the bands that were on my hook and slide. On the chain on the body, the legs are starting to turn, so I'm going to grab at the chain right beside it, bring a band through all of the loops, grab the end and slide. The chain on the leg, I'm starting to turn, letting the leg fall naturally, grabbing the bands on the body and bringing the band through. Next chain on the leg, next chain on the body, bring a band through. Next chain on the leg, next chain on the body. My rubber band rolled away. Slide. The last chain, you're going to grab, chain on the body, and bring a band through and do a slip knot. So just bring it through all of the bands, grab the end, and tie it off. So there's one leg. I'm okay so far. And we're going to attach the second leg. Now to do the second leg, when you're sewing it on, make sure you're even at the top and at the bottom, and probably the distance on the sides. So I'm going to go on the chain right beside the slip knot on the leg here, and I'm going to start right about here. So I'm going to grab one band and bring it through, grab the end. I lost it. So just making sure that you're even with the other leg. Bring it through, next chain. Next chain. I'm starting to turn. Bring it through. Now keeping an eye that you're even down below here. Next chain. So I'm right beside the pink band. And now for the other two. So now I'm where the tail is. So this is where I'm going to be sewing. I'm going to put my hook through the chain right beside the slip knot, and I'm going to grab, here's the slip knot, the pink. I'm not going to go right beside the slip knot, I'm going to go right here. And bring it through. I'm going to go right below. So I'm right beside my pink band. The next chain. I'm going to go right beside. Let's make this fall naturally. So now you want to make sure that you're even on the sides when you get there, okay? You're going to go in the next stitch. First the chains on the legs, then the chains on the body. Making sure. And the last one. So okay, so far we just need one more leg. Now for the last leg, you can put your hook through the chain right beside the slip knot. Just going to put my stuffing down a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right up top, right beside my slip knot, the row right beside, making sure that I'm even. I need to be even and even here. I'm going to bring a band through, grab the end, and slide. The next chain, we need to go right beside, slide, the next chain on the leg. We're starting to turn. Making sure we're even. The next chain, I need to start turning, so we're going to keep an eye in the center here with the other leg. I'm going to start to curve over. The next chain on the leg. I'm looking good this way. Oops. the next chain. I'm starting to turn. And the last chain. Tied off. Now before you try taking off your legs, which some of you are doing and having that a bit of a difficult time, just take your hook and move some stuffing around. Before you see, like if you see one of the legs up, just move it and try to adjust some of the stuffing and move the ball around. See, I just moved all the stuffing around, so I'm just going to bring it to one side. Now you can hide all these slip knots, and I'm just going to remove these pink bands, and just with your hook you're going to hide all of these slip knots, so just go right beside them and bring them through. And you can pause the video and clean it up, and then I'll show you how to sew on the head. Make sure you hide your slip knots too that are around your head. I hid the horns inside, the slip knots inside, and just keep hiding them around. And then you can hide that one too. Now you're going to need 6 rubber bands. I'm using the white color, and I'm going to attach 3 slip knots, so 1, 2, and 3. Right below it, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick 3. So right now I'm just going to go here, grab one band, and bring it through. Do a slip knot. I'm going to go right beside with another band, and then right beside that. Now I'm just going to pick the 3. I'm going to try going for this one, and this one, or maybe these 3. So 1, 2, and 1 more. Now we're going to attach the head to the body. Make sure that you don't go too low, because then the head is just good. Well, it depends on where you'd like to have it. I'm going to have it so that the head is sticking up. So I'm going to grab, I'm looking for the tail here. I'm going to grab 3 stitches on the body here. I'm going to go through 1 and grab my first slip knot and bring it through. I'm going to go right beside that for my second and bring it through. And now my third. Bring it through. Turning it around, and I'm going to do that in the front by looking for 3 stitches to grab. So I'm going to go through 1, bring it through, slide, my second one, bring it through, slide, and the third one. And that should be okay. Making sure that it stands. I'm going to just grab one of the stitches here on the body, grab a single band and bring it through and do a slip knot to tie it off. And there you go. You can hide the slip knots. Now if you'd like to do the little bell, all I did was a magic circle, and I used my Loom, which I'll show you how to do it, but I doubled the bands. So a little bit more tricky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bottom part, so turn it upside down. You're going to take a single band and wrap it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to reach in and you're going to bring a single band through, which I'm going to bring 4 bands through, but we're going to double them. So take a band and double it. And now you're going to grab the end, so grab the band and bring it through. Grab the end. So now in reality you have 4 little loops on your hook. You're going to slide these 2 over, so the other end of the band. So just like we were doing with a single band. Go back in, you can let go, double it again, your second band, and bring it through. So now we're going to bring these 2 over. So I'm using my hands, 1 and 2, and bring it over. Go back in, you can let go, single band, doubled. Bring your band through on your hook and bring these 2 over. 1 and then 2. Bring it over. Go back in, doubled, and bring it through. On your hook and bring these 2 over. Now I'm going to remove off the loom and I'm going to go in my first chain. It's a little bit tight, but it's okay. I'm going to go in my first chain here with a single band and I'm going to double this band. So I'm going to twist and double here and it's on my fingers. I'm going to go through the first chain, so it's like you're having 4 little loops on your hook. And I'm going to bring this band through and do a slip knot. So bring it through, grab the end, and tie it off. So there it is. Now with your bands, I'm going to use brown color. Pick any color that you'd like. I'm going to go down the loom 8 times with a single band. So 1, doesn't matter where, just to do a single chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is my brown. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take a single band and cap the ends 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to start to loop up, but before I do, I'm just going to put this on my hook. Reach in and go forward. I'm going to start to lift this up. So I'm going to put my hook in and lift up, and I'm just going to slide this piece on. I'm going to put this end here, and I'm just going to do a slip knot. You can remove off the loom, and then you can just slide this over the cow's head. You can attach little bows if you'd like, just how I did here, or the little mouth, just like I did in my hippo video tutorial, whatever you like. But I do hope you enjoy your cow. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.